And not forgetting beautiful Peasholm Port and our unique holiday attraction, the Naval Warfare, our sea battle in miniature. Now we're very proud of the fact that this had a German company here videoing it, but still haven't let us know what the thought about it yet. Dear. A couple of years since, just over there, we had Victor Meldrew, yes? I don't believe it, that one. This year's production of Naval Warfare, I would just like to mention it as a holiday show. Basically, lots of fun and a jolly good battle, as they say in the Navy, and of course, everyone lives to fight another day with hope. You lot are perfectly safe, but down here, anything can go wrong at any given moment, because when you're dealing with war, gets going with like lots of cheering and booing. But we're going to practice that in a few moments' time. First of all, we're going to commence this afternoon's programme with a parade of our side ships which are to be used in today's action. And the first ship to come round the bandstand to appear in front of you is an armed merchant vessel. This brave ship is principally a cargo carrier, but as you'll see, she plays a very important part in today's action. Just keep it in mind though, she's not really a fighting ship. She's more of a merchant vessel with armaments. Now following on behind Jervis Bay, we come to the RMS Asturias, a true scale model of an ocean-going liner. The RMS, by the way, stands for Royal Mail Ship, because in those days planes couldn't get as far as Australia, New Zealand, whatever, so the liners had to carry the mail, hence the RMS. The Asturias is a really beautiful model. She's complete in every detail with her own batteries and control gear. She's fully manoeuvrable in every way, as are all the models used in the show. All these ships you see, by the way, are, believe it or not, over 21 feet in length. So if one gets stuck in the mud over there, don't try nicking it. You'll never get it on the roof rack. And there's not much chance of sailing one of these in the Battertoe unless you're a very rich England footballer with a very large bat. But we won't go into that any further. Now I think you can guess what ship this is coming round. Yeah, of course. It's the Ark Royal. As you can see, she's a unique example of scale modelling. Here she is with her planes and helicopters on the flight deck. And of course, we will be relying heavily on Ark Royal to send our bombers out on missions to help us to try and defeat the dreaded enemy. Now, following on behind Ark Royal, we have a very famous ship in the history of the Royal Navy. It's the 6-inch gun Leander-class British cruiser HMS Achilles. Achilles will always be remembered for the part she played in the epic battle of the River Plate, which was in the South Atlantic, of course, down in Argentina. You've probably seen the film on telly. It's been on enough. Okay. Now there she goes. There goes Her Majesty ship Achilles. Now Achilles is now joined by a second ship, a much older ship, coming round in front of you with her old boilers making a lot of smoke, is the British cruiser HMS Exeter with 8-inch guns. And of course, Exeter was also heavily involved in that same battle of the River Plate. Now these two ships, keep your eyes on them all afternoon, because they have got a very important job to do. The cruisers here will be the escort vessels for our convoy, so obviously got a serious job to do today. And while we're at it, as from now, the island and the harbour at the back of me here are held by the enemy. And speaking of the enemy, they always try to sneak one of their own ships in. Yeah, just to confuse me. And they've done it again. But what a ship. Last but not least, we come to the capital ship of any fleet. Unfortunately for us, it's the mighty enemy battleship, the Robert E. Eves. Now the enemy's battleship is a powerfully armed man of war with 15-inch guns and capable of inflicting heavy damage to our side. You'll see what I mean when she goes into action. If there's any kids out there a little bit nervous, just tell them we don't mean it, if you see what I mean. I would also like to mention on a slightly different tack, another naval expression. I would like to mention that all the staff who work in this beautiful port of ours try to keep it as clean and tidy as possible, so that it's a place you may visit and enjoy at any time during your holiday. Now, unfortunately, after some shows, there's rather a large amount of litter left behind. You'll see our side doing quite well on occasion. I think that means when we win. Unfortunately, as our convoy sails on, totally unbeknown to them, the enemy sends out the pride of their fleet from that enemy-held island. It's here, it's that dreaded enemy battleship. Let's see if we can warn our convoy. Give it a big, big boom. 1, 2, 3. Boom! That is brilliant. You will see our unarmed ships and the lightly armed ships try to get out of range, and as soon as possible, our escorts will get between them and the enemy battleship. And as the 15-inch guns of the battleship open up on our convoy, our escort vessels return their fire. Oh, there's a blow there, there's a massive blow on Jervis Bay. And that looks like a brilliant shot from Exeter. That's fabulous, that's slowed it up. And it's another one. As you can see, Jervis Bay and the liner and all going to keeping well to the outside of the bay, keeping out of the way, leave the fighting to the escorts. We need to do something about this ship. Fortunately, Achilles contacted our Royal, who has recalled their bombers from another mission to take up the defence of the convoy. The bombers from Port Royal are now going to dive in to attack the enemy battleship. Here they come now. Give them a cheer. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Here they come. Let's have a direct hit on it. Oh, yes. That's really steadied it up. And here comes the bomber from Port Royal. Here they come now. Oh, yes. Look at that. The enemy battleship is now receiving the worst of the battle. And look, she's trying to make her escape as she's assisted by the enemy shore battery opening fire on our escort vessels pursuing her. Oh, good grief, that was shot from the battery on the island there. That was a direct hit on Achilles. Oh, what a shame. Thank goodness that the convoy are well out of range of those guns. But oh, and there's a glancing blow there off Exeter. The escorts have really got to watch this all there. Oh, what a shame. They've had to stop chasing that enemy battleship. What a shame. We got it there, corner. But look, there goes the enemy battleship. And she's belching black smoke. And she's escaping, unfortunately, to the safety of her own harbour for repairs to the damage she's received in the engagement with our side. That battle enemy flames, but of course, the biggest danger, lurking enemy submarine. Has anyone spotted the enemy submarine yet? Look towards the entrance of the harbour and you should be able to see it sneaking out. This is serious trouble for our ship, British Pride. The captain, the crew, everybody are down there trying to get those engines going. And he says, merchant vessel bearing 040. Efficiently, the submarine commander gives his orders. He orders down periscope and as a well-trained enemy crew man the stations. They're ready to prepare for the complicated procedure for a torpedo attack. The torpedo officer warns his commander. On target. 1,800 yards. Reducing. Fire 1. Fire 2. And there go the torpedoes streaking through the water, absolutely slap bang amidships of poor old British Pride, our ship. Can you see them, kids? Put your dad's glasses on, even I can see them. 2 torpedoes heading slap bang from the middle of our ship, poor old British Pride. I'm a bit of a coward in situations like this. I hate anything to happen to our ships. I shudder to think what's going on. I can't watch this. I cannot watch this. Believe me, did you? See? You believe me in future. Oh, that's shocking. Well, and this is not fair. As the torpedoes strike home with devastating effect, the enemy submarine decides to finish off the now helpless vessel with her deck guns. Now that's not plain fair. Give the submarine a boo for that. 1, 2, 3. Found her especially with the calm mist. I can see her on the deck in the submarine. I can see her on the deck. It's gallery. Easy. They can't miss it. Look at the state of my ship. Oh, that's it. That horrible black smoke, the powder magazine stuff. I should have keeled over. Told you, you can't win them all. Now the British Pride with their engines and boilers gone. Slowly settled in the water. Altogether, a big arc for the poor old British Pride. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Bigger all than that. Come on, we've just lost one of our ships. 1, 2, 3. Oh. That's much better. Look at that. Well, there's no point in that submarine wasting any more ammunition. We couldn't do any more damage. Now, wading about in the middle of the harbour there, we have three technicians, but the main technician, put your hand up, main technician. Who's the main technician? He's there, look. Now, have you seen him in those waders? He goes to bed in those waders. It's full of place hell, but it won't eat, and they're wet as well. Now, I don't know whether we should boo him or cheer him, because I feel sorry for him, because he's a Leeds United supporter. I know, good at it. So, a nice round of applause for Massimo! There he is. And he's still going like that. Just tell you, the Daft Leeds supporter doesn't keep going like that. Marvellous play. Guess what? It's his birthday today. Yeah, it's his birthday today, and so I want a nice round of applause for starters for Trevor! And we're all, after the count of 3, we're all going to sing happy birthday to Trevor. Are you ready? Make you remember. 1, 2,